Good over here.
Awesome. Well, welcome everyone tonight to our virtual happy hour on ASTI 2024. Our host tonight is Renee Galeotto, President of United Appliance Services Association. And we have many guests tonight that she will introduce and we will have speak. So welcome, Renee, take it away.
Okay, well, thank you, Sarah. And I just want to take a moment and thank Sarah for all she does for UASA and Maggie as well. They put these things together, and a lot of times I just give them a short list of please do this, and they always manage to get it done. So thank you guys for doing that for us. So I do want to welcome all of our panelists tonight, or our participants, because some of those are returning vendors. Some of you guys are brand new. So we wanted to give you an opportunity to just showcase what you're bringing to our trade show this year so that people will recognize you and, you know, see some interest in what you're bringing beforehand, because there's a lot to offer this year. So I want to start. I'm going to start with if I hate to get Lindsay because she just joined, but ladies first. So Lindsay with Out of the Box, tell us about Out of the Box and tell us what you're going to bring and have for us at ASTI this year at the trade show.
So, hi, nice to meet everybody. My name is Lindsay Pinkos, and I'm the SVP at Out of the Box. We are a QuickBooks solution provider. So we are anything and everything QuickBooks. We resell QuickBooks product and then do all the services related to QuickBooks. So bookkeeping, cleanup accounting, helping people move to QuickBooks. Really, if it touches QuickBooks or has anything to do with it, their business.
Okay, great. So I know there were some changes. I don't use it myself, QuickBooks, that is, but my accountant relies on it heavily, and so therefore it is used for my company. And she was telling us they were having some changes recently with certain things, and so it's good to know that somebody other than myself has their finger on that pulse, because that's important to all of us. And so we're really glad to have you join us at ASTI this year. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions for Out of the Box. So thank you, Lindsay. All right, we're going to move on then. I'm going to jump to Jack. Jack is a veteran at ASTI, and we really appreciate everything that Service Company Solution does to support our association. Jack, I know you've got some new stuff happening over there, so tell us about that.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've got a number of new things. We've been working in the back end to update the Appliance Blue Book, and I've been working with Maggie. And on February 15th, I want to say it's mid-afternoon. I don't have the exact time right here in front of me, but we'll be doing a joint webinar with United Servicers. And we're going to kind of announce the upcoming new version of the Appliance Blue Book, and some of the changes. It's kind of exciting. Some new enhancements to it when the new published printed book will be out and all of that kind of stuff. So that should be, like I said, on the 15th. I don't want to give away too much yet, but there's a whole lot of opportunities exclusively for United Servicers members. I apologize. It's United Appliance Servicers Association. I'm old school, back when it was just United Servicers. So I apologize if I offend anyone. But the idea with this is that it's continues to get better and better, and the more people that we have participate with things, it's the more enhancements that we can do to those products. And we kind of look at it as a community of things. So the more that people use things, the more data we have, the better we can make everything that we produce. In addition to that, something that hasn't been announced yet is we have done a new integration with Service Desk on our SCS Communications product to take over and do texting. So if anybody is using the texting services currently inside of Service Desk, they can do that still. But if they would like to have more ability to respond and the different aspects that you can do with the texting, they can tie it right into our communications platform and all kinds of bells and whistles. How do I tease you without giving everything away? But there's a bunch of new automations and back end pieces that are going to make it really exciting and kind of take that whole process to the next level. So we're very excited to be bringing that. It's in beta right now. It'll still be in beta at the ASTI, but it will be a great opportunity for people to start putting their names on the list to be added to that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Jack. We appreciate the teaser for right now, and we'll look forward to the February, what we say, February 15 at 2 o'clock webinar that is being put together right now. And so everybody tune into that to hear more about what's coming out. If you've already got Blue Book or Service Company Solutions, you'll certainly want to hear about the new changes that are coming around that will benefit everyone. So. All right, Eric, I'm going to give you a second to come off of mute there. Thank you. All right, Eric. Now, you are with Arts Culinaire. Yep. And tell us all about what you're going to bring to ASTI. I know you're doing some training. I know you've got a booth. So talk to us about what we can expect from Art Culinaire this year.
So we will have a double booth at the trade show. We will be bringing a range with us for our booth at the trade show. So servicers can kind of take a look at our product, get their hands on it if they've never seen one before.
Okay.
Kind of kick the tires, so to speak, and just kind of check out how it's constructed, what's in it. It's rather simplistic. It's almost virtually completely analog. I know that's kind of a direct divergent from a lot of what we see in the appliance industry these days, but it's a bit of old school. I like to say a lot, it's kind of like working on a classic car. There's really nothing in it. There's not very much to break. It's made out of quality materials. They're all hand built in France. The coating is very unique. It's effectively it's colored glass, and there's no pigment in it. So it's the color is derived from rare earth mineral that's baked in a kiln. It's kind of like pottery class. Mm-hmm. They're very beautiful. They're very simple. They're very robust. We will be offering our first ever training classes. So go easy on us. Just so we can show technicians kind of the more common repairs and kind of walk through them step by step. Again, they're very easy, very simple, and we just kind of want to expose the appliance repair industry to them. A lot of people have never seen them before. We're one of the high-end luxury brands, so just kind of trying to dispel a lot of the fears or misconceptions to them. They're really nothing to be worried or scared about.
All right, good deal. And I think you're doing 2 classes. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2?
2 classes a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay, 2 per day. Wonderful. So everyone, please stop by and certainly go to their booth, but also go to the classes and give Eric some experience, because I know this is his first time. He's ready, but let's welcome him as a trainer to have in the future. So hopefully we'll bring you back year after year. So thank you, Eric. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
John, tell us, I know you're coming with Beko, so tell us about Beko. I'm trying to say it wrong. Beko. Tell me, am I spot on? Beko? Okay.
Beko, yeah, Beko. Yep.
All right, tell us all about it. Tell us what you're bringing this year.
All right. Well, we've come to ASTI many years, both with the company that I'm with now and my previous company. I've come for many years. I love ASTI. The thing that's really different this year is we are going to participate in the trade show. So we will have a double booth this year. Beko is a Turkish company. We're new to the U.S. 6 or 7 years we've been in the U.S. So a lot of people don't know who we are. We're a household name in Europe, but over here we're very unknown. So this year we're going to really have a much bigger presence at ASTI. There'll be 5 of my colleagues, so there'll be 6 of us there. We're going to have some of our new French door refrigerators. It's an entirely new design, plus our old design as well. We'll have some of our dishwashers, some of our ranges. In our booth, we plan to have a video which will kind of introduce people to our company. So it'll kind of be on a loop and just let people know who we are. We're really trying to expand in the US to grow our share in the market here. And part of that is what I'm interested in, is the service side of it. So we're really trying to expand our service network. So by bringing my colleagues, there'll be a lot of us to talk to get to know us, and you get to see our products as well. We'll be training also twice a day for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you know what products are you specifically training on the refrigeration this year?
We're going to do 2 of our French doors, our old style French. It's not old, but we've had this similar style for years now. And then we have a brand new platform. We're going to be training on both of those. We're going to have our high-end dishwasher that we'll be training on, and our dual fuel range that we'll be training on.
Wonderful, wonderful. And with the product line that's being produced by your company, do you cover kitchen only, or is it kitchen and laundry? Familiarize us with what your product line looks like.
Yeah, we have a full array. So kitchen, laundry. This year, I had really hoped to bring our new 27-inch laundry to the show, but we don't have it yet. I have it, but I don't have any to bring to the show. It'll be released probably second quarter this year. Because we're a European company, most of our laundry has always been compact, and it's sold well in the larger cities. But Americans want larger appliances. So now we're going to have a 4.5, a 5.2 washer, and an 8 cubic foot dryer. So they're really nice. I've been tearing apart and shooting videos on them and figuring out how to work on them, and they're really nice. And I'll probably talk about them at the show, but I won't have them with us.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you don't want to bring yours, is what you're saying? You don't want to bring?
They said, well, you can bring yours. I was like, I don't do that. The logistics of packing it all up and shipping it out, and then hoping it gets back in one piece,
Yeah, not to mention tearing it down for demonstration. We just asking so much of you for that piece of it.
Right.
That's good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, John. We'll come back around.
Sure.
Sarah, you got a question? We can't hear you.
She's muted.
We can always give it away. It'd be a great raffle prize.
We could.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay. All right. So Matt and Derek, Car IQ. So I have 2 of you here. Who wants to talk, or both of you want to talk? Tell us about Car IQ.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, hey everyone, my name is Matt, and my colleague Derek and I will be at ASTI for the first year representing Car IQ. Car IQ is a new payment program for your company vehicles. It allows your trucks and other vehicles to purchase fuel and other services like tolls without the need of any physical credit card or fuel card. So yeah, excited to be at the trade show and have some interactive demos and answer any questions.
All right, great. Derek, you wanna add anything to that, since we're tossing it between the 2 of you there?
Might as well. Yeah, my name is
All right.
Derek. I come from the telematics industry, so any company that has a fleet of vehicles, I'm talking about is GPS, whether if you're fixing these appliances, delivering them, whatever it may be. And with Car IQ, we have 3 things. We eliminate card management, like Matt said, so there's no more handling those cards or drivers losing their cards, forgetting their PINs. We also hook up to your GPS system, so we guarantee no fuel fraud. We know the capacity of the tank, how much fuel's in the tank itself, and then we match the receipt to it. So we can basically do the math and tell if there's fuel fraud or not. So they're not filling up the personal vehicles anymore. And lastly, we just got a gas buddy integration. So now your employees can find cheaper gas on the routes. So yeah.
Wonderful. That's actually a very useful tool for a lot of us, because I cannot imagine how many of us have had the personal vehicle filled up on our business card by an employee. I know I've had it done, and so that's a very good thing to have if we could prevent that from, among other things. You know, there's all kinds of ways that that sort of stuff can be manipulated. So,
Yeah.
how long has the company been in operation, Car IQ?
I think it's been Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, but like 2015, I think, or something around there.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 6 or 7 years or so. The big issue, or I guess problem that we faced early on, was just partnerships with fuel merchants, and we finally reached that point where we have enough partnerships and can have a wide variety of fueling options. This past
Mhm.
year, this is where we really started to see an expansion with the commercial space.
Yeah.
So what sort of coverage is with those partnerships that you've formed? What sort of coverage do you have? Coverage all over the US, or are some areas better than others?
For the most, larger cities will have more coverage, just obviously more, fuel
Sure.
merchants in areas, but we have been able to have a pretty strong coverage, throughout the entire United States.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
we have everyone from like Exxon, Speedway, Circle K, Shell, Sunoco, Sinclair, and we also have tap to pay. And about 86% of gas stations across America have tap to pay. So
Mhm.
you can basically fill up wherever you're looking for.
Okay, great. Well, that was my biggest question as a consumer, is I want to make sure I can find a gas station that will work with the program that I'm trying to implement for my business. So, and it would be nice to be able to get rid of some credit cards, to be honest with you. That would be a great a great thing to have to deal with that a little less. So, Lindsay, I saw you commented in the chat. Is there something you wanted to add? I didn't get to read it before it disappeared, though.
No, I noticed that Sarah sent me a direct message and then I replied to the whole group.
Ah, gotcha.
Well, it's like it's my first Zoom, you know?
Yeah, well, sometimes it feels like that, doesn't it? All right. So, Sarah, if I can get you to pop back on here for a moment.
I'm right here.
Thank you, dear. So far, the vendors that we have signed up, how many are we looking at right now for trade show? Let's let people know how many.
Can I talk? We will have about 75 booths
75
at the
booths
trade
this
show.
year. Okay.
Mhm.
So in this facility at Caesars, it is the Horseshoe. If you're not familiar yet, we're going to do one more happy hour before the event, and that's going to be February 8th. And in that happy hour, we're going to talk about the hotel, talk about the event, the things that are being planned as we speak, any changes that might take place. Yes, we do realize everybody's wanting the schedule. We're working diligently to get that out, but unfortunately, we're trying to sign as many people to come in and give classes and give their expertise and lend a hand as we can. And so that's constantly changing and shifting. So as soon as we get it to a point where we feel like it's pretty solid and won't change a bunch, we'll get it out to you. But I can tell you there's a lot of classes this year. We've had a really good response from those members of the association, and also people who just support the association. We're very grateful to have an abundance of participation this year for classes. So we do have a couple of manufacturers that won't be attending, so we're grateful to have the addition of Art Culinaire and Bico coming to do what that void would fill in for us. So thank you guys very much for attending. Thank you for being on here tonight. I know it's kind of a short, just little plug for everybody to try and get everybody out and participating. The trade show is a huge event. Having attended it many times, I can tell you it's one of my favorite things that we do at ASTI. Not only is it an opportunity to go around and put a face with a name or an email. Even in today's world, it's just an email. You know, you don't really see anybody anymore. It's an opportunity to shake hands, and if you still shake hands, and if it's not, fist bump. You know, give somebody a squeeze if you need to. There's a lot of camaraderie in that room every time we do this. A lot of people walking out with bags full of pens. So thank you, vendors, for all the pens. I see those leaving in, you know, like boxes of pens just leaving every year. But they really do appreciate all the information. So we hope that everybody will attend to the trade show and get as much out of it. We are in Vegas, of course, and we know there's a lot of distractions in Vegas. But if you don't attend the trade show and at least walk around and see these vendors who have brought their wares before you, you're just really missing out. I can't stress that enough. So if anybody has anything to add, I would love to give you the floor for a few minutes. But if you don't, then we'll go ahead and see if there are any questions before we bounce. Sarah, do we have any questions?
We don't have any questions yet. If anyone has one, please type them in the chat or the Q&A. But I do want to add that not only the trade show is important, but classes. So
absolutely,
it's important to have fun, but the networking is probably the biggest takeaway from ASTI is meeting people, meeting new vendors, developing these relationships with not only your peers, but with these vendors. So
absolutely,
we appreciate everyone.
Yeah, I did see the question about 2025 ASTI, and I can answer that one with we're still working on that. We're trying to get some pricing back. As everybody knows, everything's gone up in price over the course of this year and last year, and so we're trying to craft a convention for everyone that is not only affordable, but it is up to the standard that we've been producing for you for years now. So we don't want to go in any direction that would, you know, cost more, but that's a challenge right now. So we're getting some pricing back, and we're trying to make it as good a product as we can for you going forward. But we will have an announcement certainly by ASTI, if not before. So we'll be in touch. Is there a list of?
There's a question for Car IQ from Mark right above that one.
Go ahead.
Derek and Matt, does Car IQ track maintenance on vehicles as well?
Yeah, great question. So we don't yet, but we will. We're working on that. We're working on car washing and a lot more. But in addition to that, Mark, I'm not sure if you have Fleetio, but we do integrate with Fleetio, which is obviously a big maintenance platform. But that is something that we're working on to be just what we want to be is just a platform that just does everything. So right now we do fuel and tolls, right? And we want everything on a single ledger. So that's coming, but as of right now, not now.
Do you don't have an ETA either? I hate to ask those questions because I get asked those all the time.
We don't have an ETA yet, trust me.
Okay.
I mean, Matt and I mean, we're sales guys. We'd love to be like, hey, this is when it's coming, get it in before, but
Gotcha.
they probably wouldn't trust us with it anyways.
The date of the Blue Book announcement is the February the 15th. That's going to be a webinar at 2:00. Jack, I didn't mean to step on you there.
Oh, no, you're good.
Do you have anything to add?
No, we'll send out an email blast along with, I think Maggie will probably do the same, Maggie and Sarah. So we'll try to get that out for everyone so they have that info long before we actually get to that date.
Wonderful.
And Renee, to answer Leonard's question, as you and I have spoken earlier, we will put out a list of tentative classes, not a schedule, but a list of classes, hopefully by Monday, so that you can see. But we do have people adding classes constantly. We've had 2 classes added today. So we just want to make sure that we have an inclusive list so that we don't get bombarded with what about. So hopefully we will have a list out on Monday of the classes that will be, but please note that it will change and it will be added to probably.
So, Lindsay, Scott Clintworth wants to know if you're teaching a class at ASTI this year.
We're hoping to. I'm just trying to iron out who will be teaching the class. As you might know, it's a little bit of a busy time of year for accounting companies and accounting. So it's just kind of figuring out who we can get there and ironing out what the best content's going to be.
Okay, good. Well, we'll look forward to it. See, there's a good example of adding another class. There you go. So
We'd rather
we-
add than subtract.
absolutely,
Definitely.
we would really
Yeah.
rather do that. I saw another one pop up, but it went away before I could see it, Sarah.
Hey, Matt and Derek, just it says fleet oil changes during company meetings is huge. That's a comment, I'm assuming, from Steve.
Matt, I can let you take this one if you want.
Yeah, I mean, being able to pay for oil changes and maintenance without a credit card and fuel card are going to be huge as well. Just as Derek said, being able to have all of those transactions under one ledger in one place. So yeah, it's going to be huge when those are released.
Yeah, and we're gonna be working, I think, with like Jiffy Lube and stuff like that. So there is more to come. There is like some tangible stuff on the roadmap. We just can't say too much because when we don't know too much. But again, we're just trying to make everything on one platform. So that way, like everything's tied to a driver and a vehicle, right? So we know exactly instead of having, one credit card in a vehicle and you have 3 drivers, so you don't know who filled up, you don't know who committed fuel fraud because it's only on one card. Now it's all tied to a driver and it's tied to a vehicle. So if one of those drivers got an oil change and it's a good driver, right? Because we have mostly good drivers, then you'll know exactly who's getting that done, exactly who's, paying for fuel and everything. So it's definitely on the roadmap.
I assume there's a hardware piece for this as well that goes in the vehicle.
So the beauty is we integrate with almost all of the big players in telematics, so there's no additional hardware needed. So, Geotab, Samsara, Motive, Verizon, the list goes on. We have integrations built out with almost any telematics provider already.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's literally as easy. You just sign on our credit application, and all we do is just send you an invitation on your cell phone. So there's no software. You don't have to like schedule your vehicles to come in and plug in another piece of hardware. We just send the invites out, and you can go get gas. And there's purchase rules and everything. You can limit the amount of transactions per day, the total amount of transactions. You can even limit like the time of day. And we also have stuff where you can basically see, okay, like are our employees buying mid-grade or premium? Because that can cost a lot of money. I mean, that's 30 to 60 cents more a gallon compared to regular. So there's a lot of stuff that we can do.
But it sounds to me, and maybe you mentioned this before, and I just didn't register it, that this would be a GPS tracking opportunity as well.
Like Matt was saying, we actually integrate with, so a lot of companies, they'll have like a GPS provider like Samsara, Azuga, Geotab,
Sure.
but we do like a virtual like handshake. So we just integrate, so we do know where the vehicle is through their current GPS. And that's how we know fuel fraud. So basically with the GPS, you get the year, make, and model. So for, let's say, an F-150, the tank capacity is 26 gallons, right? Now, let's say they're half full. They have 13 gallons and need 13 gallons more. If they buy 20 gallons worth of fuel, they only needed 13. So 7 gallons went somewhere else. As long as you're not a company where you have like generators, or if you're like a landscaping company, you have lawnmowers, there's extra things you need to fill up. If there isn't anything you need to fill up, then we know 7 gallons went somewhere it wasn't supposed to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just as easy as just sending out an invite with a phone number. That's it.
I see. Okay. All right. And it would be nice to have it all in one place. So I know most of us have multiple outlets to pull all of this together, GPS on one, gas on another, and then you're trying to juggle the maintenance piece. So that would be alleviate a lot of problems for a lot of people. So we look forward to hearing more about it at ASTI. So
Awesome.
and Um, any other questions that we could answer for anyone watching? Okay. And we're quiet. All right. Well, I do want to thank everyone for participating tonight. If you didn't hear the answer you were looking for, and please stop by and ask it in person, because these guys are going to be present and accounted for at ASTI this year, and also at the trade show and teaching classes wherever possible. So I really appreciate the participation, and thank you for being with us tonight and answering all of this for us over this happy hour tonight. So again, I want to remind everyone we're going to do another happy hour. That happy hour is going to be on February 8th at 7. That one's going to go over ASTI 101, what we normally would have in a classroom venue at the site of ASTI. Well, we're going to do this year as a happy hour, and also get people interested in knowing what to do and where to go when you're in place. This will be a much different venue, so we're going to talk about the venue and how it's laid out, and of course, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but there will be gambling going on in the same location where we are. It's going to be a little casino nearby, and so we want to make sure that everybody understands that there's a lot going on around us. We really, really, really want participation in classrooms this year, as well as we want you to enjoy yourself. And so tune in to the February 8th broadcast of Happy Hour to find out about the hotel, find out about the activities or banquets this year, as well as some more trade show information. We're going to talk about the things that UASA is bringing to the table. We're going to use that opportunity to tell you what we're going to do that we maybe haven't done before, changes that will be in place that will hopefully enhance the experience of being with us. We're also going to talk about our Lifetime Achievement Award winner. We're going to talk about some MPS things as well. If you're not familiar with Most Professional Servicer, we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. So anybody have anything to add before we go? Jack, yes.
So mentioning the casino, isn't going to a convention always a gamble, but in this case, you always come out a winner?
I think, yeah. I think in
That
most
was for
cases
you, Sarah. I knew you'd
Yes.
appreciate that.
Always. I knew it.
Well, it's Vegas is such a diverse location, and I've heard, what is it? It's New York that never sleeps. That's the city that never sleeps. Vegas never sleeps either. It's on all the time there. And so when I say a lot of distractions, that's what I'm talking about. But hopefully we'll also be a distraction, and we'll keep your attention while you're there, and keep you engaged. So thank you very much.
We do.
Go ahead.
And say we do know, Renee, that we have very active participants and attendees, and they will be in the classrooms and at the trade show to support the people who support us. Confident in that. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I do want to say, and I was saving this for the February 8th broadcast, but we have the top floor. I don't know if it's the absolute top, but it is very, very close to the top. It's called, what is it called? The sky floor?
The sky floor.
Sky floor.
So,
And we had the opportunity back in October. We were there touring the facility and kind of having our annual board meeting as well. But I can tell you, it's the views from that floor are absolutely outstanding. And I know that everybody will have an opportunity to go up there, because we're going to be on that floor as well as another floor in their building. And so don't miss the opportunity to take a look at that view up there. So it is absolutely outstanding. So again, I wanted to thank everybody, and I want to make sure everybody knows that we're doing a webinar on the 15th to showcase Service Company Solutions new features, and I'm going to let Jack explain that on the 15th. And if there's anything else that we have not covered in this, please email us and we'll see if we can get an answer to you as quickly as possible. If not, you'll see all of these guys at ASTI, and we thank you for participating tonight, and thank you everyone for being present.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Renee.
All right,
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody. Have
everybody.
a great night.
absolutely.
Bye.